fucking feed him, leave him alone. I'm so sick of hearing girls say, like, men are the bear, men are obsessed with money, and blah, 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 blah. Let me let you in on a little thing. Men are getting to the point where this male loneliness epidemic is chosen because there's no good women left. And yeah, men are obsessed with money. Do you want to know why? I'll give you a few guesses. When they've had a bad day, money doesn't talk back. When shit goes south, money doesn't leave. Sometimes money is the only thing that keeps these motherfuckers warm at night when everybody else has bailed on them. So yes, they hold money tightly, they invest, and they become very stingy and don't want you touching it. Because at a given moment, you'll fucking bounce. That money's going to stay in that account. It's another reason why they're not getting married. Because you're going to come around, take half of everything that you didn't work for. And you don't put out, and you don't cook, and you don't clean. Yeah, I'd say money is all men have left. You're just making them realize it.
A lot of men learned the hard way that money is the only thing in their life that doesn't argue, disappear, or punish them for relying on it. When a man's time, effort, and loyalty get taken for granted, he naturally starts protecting the one thing that hasn't turned on him. That's why so many men keep their guard up financially and hesitate with marriage, because they've watched too many guys lose everything to someone who never contributed to what was built.
For the men that get upset at women for wanting a man with money, here's an idea. Find yourself a woman that doesn't care about money. There are plenty of women in this world that think time and attention is more than enough. So go get them. What the fuck are you doing over here? Because one thing about me, I'm not going to lie about what I require from a man, right? To be likable. I don't give a fuck. If a man doesn't like what the fuck I gotta say, guess what? I probably don't like what he has to offer. Okay? So, it's really that simple. You guys overcomplicate things all the fucking time. Get under the comment section. Oh, you're a gold digger. Call the fucking ambulance. Call the ambulance. Why would I not want to be with a man with money? We get one motherfucking life. I want the finest things in it. Arrest me. Like, what the fuck? You guys are delusional, thinking that you are going to change my mind. So I'm going to live my life. I suggest you live yours. Okay? And don't stress yourself out too much trying to get a woman that's set in stone in what she wants for her life to accommodate to your bummery. Okay? Okay.
If a woman openly wants a man with money, there's nothing confusing about that. The real issue is pretending it's some profound philosophy instead of a personal preference. Men aren't upset that women like you want wealth. They're simply learning to stop chasing women whose values don't align with theirs. There really are women who prioritize time, character, and stability, and men are wiser for choosing the lane that fits them. The frustration only happens when someone demands a lifestyle they didn't help build and then mocks the men who don't qualify. If you're set in what you want, that's fine, but men are equally free to walk toward women who match their world instead of fighting to fit into yours.
99% of the people that I know are married tell me not to get married, so.
Yeah, that's because of 99% of women reproduce with betas, or men they view as beta. Doesn't matter if he is or he isn't, right? I know a lot of married women hate being married because, again, they didn't get the guy they wanted, so they just crash out.
She's onto something. A lot of women walk into marriage knowing they didn't choose the man they truly wanted. Then the regret slowly settles in and they project it onto the entire idea of marriage. When you pick out of convenience, fear, or pressure, you end up resenting the life you built. Most of the warnings you hear aren't about marriage itself. They're about the choices those women made.
Guys will ask a girl out and not even care about who they are as a person. They really just want to see you as a girlfriend and a girlfriend only. And if you don't want to be their girlfriend or go out with them, then you are actually dead to them.
They don't want to be your friend. They're not, I don't know how big can we make the letters? Ladies, they don't want to be your friend. They don't want to be friend zoned. They don't want to sit on the sidelines and hear about your dating experience with another guy and be a shoulder to cry on. That's all in the column of waiting until you break up with that guy so he can slide into the box of dating. They're talking to you because they want to date you.
Most men don't approach women looking for friendship because they already know where that usually leads for them, which is nowhere. Men show interest with intention, and they're not trying to become emotional blankets for someone who has no interest in them beyond comfort. Pretending the dynamic is something else only creates confusion and mixed signals. If the roles were reversed, women wouldn't invest time in someone they had no genuine interest in either, so the dynamic makes more sense when you look at it honestly.
Here's the problem with modern marriage from a man's perspective. Most of the marriages I know, okay, the man provides financially, he protects, taking care of kids, doing the things that he can do. What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day, sex. If you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law.
He's laying out a reality a lot of men already understand. Nearly everything a man contributes in a marriage becomes a legal obligation if things fall apart, while the parts women bring to the relationship can't be enforced by anyone. That imbalance naturally makes men hesitant because the risk sits entirely on their side of the table. When a commitment carries consequences for only one party, it's no surprise many men choose to step back and think twice.
Women are failing men. Ladies, the reason that no man is approaching you is because of you, not them. I did the dirty work and asked men why they were afraid to talk to you and got over 5,000 responses. And there was definitely a common theme. Let's read some. I would say fear of rejection and being humiliated in front of everyone. I am not worthy enough to talk to women. I just have nothing to offer them except boring, normal life. Rejection paralyzes me. Current culture feels like I will be perceived as a creep for talking to a girl I don't know. Mostly it's the fear of rejection, like I'm bothering them somehow. Rejection maybe. Ending up on TikTok if you get my drift. Worried about being judged for not meeting the woman's appearance standards. So to the ladies, do better. The environment that you've created for men is only leading to the singleness that you continue to complain about. And to the men, maybe knowing that these responses were a trend amongst 5,000 of you is a bit reassuring if anything.
Women are failing men, and the responses she collected make that painfully clear. When thousands of men all say the same things, it stops being an excuse and becomes a pattern. Men are walking on eggshells because approaching a woman today feels like stepping into a spotlight where rejection, humiliation, or public shaming is always around the corner. You can't build connection in an environment where men expect to be judged, recorded, or dismissed before they even speak. If women want more men to approach, the culture around men simply trying to say hello has to change. And for the men who shared these fears, knowing so many others feel the exact same way should make it a little easier to breathe.
The society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. Tell about society is fucking men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, a woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big fuck right off the bat. What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're fucked, because the government doesn't think that you deserve shit. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are fucked. So there's a lot of men going, why the fuck would I do this? The good news is that will correct itself, because eventually then people start going, oh, right? When you create mistakes, you only create more error. Error creates more error. So we've gone so far the other direction that more and more men are going like, why the fuck would I get married?
A lot of men are stepping back from marriage because the landscape gives them every reason to hesitate. When the financial risk sits almost entirely on the man's side and the legal system treats fathers as optional, men naturally start asking what they're actually gaining. It's not fear or immaturity, it's self-preservation in a system that hasn't adjusted to modern realities. The pendulum swung too far, and now women are seeing the correction happen in real time. Men are choosing carefully, slowing down, and refusing to walk into commitments that punish them for trying to build a family. Eventually, the culture will adjust, but right now, the hesitation is coming from a very understandable place.
You want to know the thing that I have observed, like this wrong with like guys these days? Like, y'all really don't know how to date. And it's like crazy to me because it's like, I be wondering like who raised y'all? Like, y'all want to do everything you can to try to get a female. Then when you get her, it's like it's stagnant. It's like you don't do nothing extra. Don't try to go above and beyond. You don't try to take her on dates. You don't send her flowers. You're not into her. You're not showing an interest. So it's like y'all guys get too comfortable. It's like, what would make me want to fuck with you? Somebody is gonna take offense when I say this, but it's like, y'all want to be the bitch. Like, y'all want to be the bitch. Most guys these days, they want to be the bitch. They want to be the female. Like,
Sorry, ladies, that ship where men have to do everything to please women without getting anything in return has sailed. Those days are over. You women don't deserve any of that anymore. Now in 2025, if you can't give back the energy we give to you, we are straight out the door.
It's not desperate or pathetic to want to find a partner or someone to love, or there is that kind of energy where it's like, look at me, I'm here on display and I'm waiting for you to claim me. And it's just like, ooh, I don't like that. Like, why can't we just be like cool first? Like, don't.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit back. And I'm like, I hate that.
Wanting love isn't the issue, it's the expectation that men should still approach like nothing about dating has changed. People aren't avoiding each other out of fear, they're avoiding each other because nobody trusts intentions anymore. Modern dating turned into a competition of who can care less, who can stay distant, and who can protect their peace the hardest. Men didn't vanish, everyone just got so guarded and transactional that genuine connection doesn't even get a chance to grow.
I really should be studying for my doctoral degree and not talking about this dumbass stuff, but I just have to tell you guys what this man said to me. I was talking to this man about how, in general, like, the men are not approaching women outside anymore. And I think we can kind of all come to a consensus on that. Like, that just isn't happening. I'm 28. I've been in and out of the club scene since I was 18. Well, really like 21, 22, whatever. And things have changed. Things are not the same. And I always equated it to COVID, right? I was like, okay, well, COVID just took away like the confidence, that ability to socialize and strike up a conversation with a stranger.
The reason you're not seeing men approach has less to do with fear and more to do with priorities. People used to meet in clubs because that was the only place life happened, but now men are busy building careers, managing stress, and trying to keep their lives together. Approach culture died because men became adults and have mentally checked out. Social energy is a luxury now, not a default.
Yeah, why did this guy slide in my DMs and he said, let me come over and see you? I replied, how is you dumb? Why would I let you do that? Why? And then he wanted to text back, well, I was gonna bring food. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if it was Gordy Ramsay himself who cooked that motherfucking meal. If you wanna fucking see me, bitch, you can plan a fucking date. Inviting yourself over to my motherfucking apartment where I pay all the motherfucking bills. Bitch, is you dumb for real? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This kind of energy always feels powerful in your 20s, but it doesn't age well. By the time 30 rolls around, the same women who scream into their phone about men being dumb are the ones posting long, shaky videos wondering why nobody tries anymore. The inbox dries up, the offers slow down, and the confidence turns into confusion. Social media goes from a place to brag to a place to cry, and the attitude that felt cute at 25 becomes the very thing they regret later.
So let me catch y'all up. I'm just gonna tell y'all about the interactions I've been having with guys I'm trying to meet. But like, guys are so weird. I don't understand. Guys, you cannot text a girl telling me I'm so interested and then start going ghost. It's giving me you not interested. And then I gotta start leaving you on red. And it's just period. I'm 31 years old. I ain't got time to play games. Like, baby, you'll get left on red ASAP. I don't even block people. You just get left on red. You gonna see when you have me effed up. Like, my pet peeves. First impression is everything. So if you start something and you start acting funny, I'm gonna leave you where you started acting funny. Period. Like, dating is so ghetto, y'all. Like, one man went off on me because I said I didn't like LA. Okay. Then one man tells me he's so interested in seeing me and getting to know me and goes ghost for 2 days. Make it make sense. Like, what?
At a certain point, the pattern stops being about the men and starts being about the energy you're bringing into every interaction. When every story ends with someone acting funny, disappearing, or pulling back, it usually means you're rushing expectations before there's any real connection. People in their 30s don't move the way people in their 20s do, and quick texting or constant attention isn't the norm anymore. Dating feels chaotic when you expect instant consistency from strangers, but it gets a lot easier when you slow down and let things build instead of treating every hiccup like a red flag.
One of the saddest things in today's world is that dating apps have made this whole concept of dating very passive for men. So men are no longer pursuing women or pursuing the feminine in that traditional way where they court her, where they're patient, where they're getting to know her, where they're actually making an effort and having to put in that effort. Everything's become so much more fast-paced. Everything's become so much more disposable. And what's now happening is that people are swiping on their lunch breaks, on the toilet, on the couch, and they're not really actively pursuing something that it's incredibly sacred. You know, pursuing the feminine is a very sacred act because you're being intentional, you're stepping into your masculine, and you're saying, that's what I want. Whereas today's men, unfortunately, have now become very passive and, just stuck in that wounded masculine energy. And I understand that there are women who are in their wounded feminine energy as well. But I always do believe that the masculine should be pursuing the feminine. It's just how it's meant to be. It's how it should be.
Pursuing someone to pay their bills is a wild concept. No, we will no longer be pursuing women. We have enough problems. Single life is better for us. No drama, healthy account balance, and freedom. Why risk all of this for someone who can't even make a freaking sandwich?
Okay, so y'all, I just recently started back dating like 6 months ago. And one thing that I've noticed after taking like a 2-year break from sex and dating and men is that now that I'm coming back, a lot of men like to plan low effort dates because they want to test you and make sure that you're not using them for money, which I think is so strange because they don't even really be having no money, or we got the same amount of money. So it's like, I don't know. But like, I've had somebody say, oh, let's go for a walk. Why the fuck would I want to go for a walk with a man as a first date? Or, oh, let's do a gym date as a first date. Why would I want to be in the gym with a man for the first date? I just don't get how we gonna get to know each other because I really be focusing. I really don't want to talk when I'm in the gym. So it's just kind of like, what's going on? I feel like the first date sets the tone for like the amount of energy that you are willing to put into me. Now, I ain't saying you got to do an expensive date, but I feel like a well thought out planned date, like, oh, let's do bowling and dinner. Something simple, but something thoughtful and something like that shows that you actually want to get to know me. But because money is such a big topic, I feel like a lot of men are just trying to test women, and that's why I think the dating scene is just bad right now. But I could be tripping. What y'all think?
It's the economy, in addition to them being ghosted too many times after spending a lot of money on dates. We've seen thousands of videos of women claiming they use first dates as free meal tickets because all they have to do is show up and get fed. It's crazy. Maybe when you start paying on first dates, you can have a say on this topic. And that's it for this video, guys. If you stayed until the end, please leave a like and drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, see you on the next one. Peace.